It's a cold, stormy night just off the coast of Florida in the year 1622. The wind howls mercilessly across the deck of a Spanish galleon called Nuestra Señora de Atocha, or simply, the Atocha. Waves slam against its hull, tossing it like a toy in the dark Atlantic waters. On board, Spanish sailors, soldiers, and a few wealthy passengers cling to anything they can hold as the ship fights to stay afloat. This isn't just any ship, it's a treasure galleon, part of the Tierra Firme fleet, sailing from the New World back to Spain. Its massive wooden hull is packed to the brim with riches from the Americas. Glittering Colombian emeralds, chests overflowing with silver coins, gold bars, stacked like bricks, rare jewels, copper, indigo, tobacco. The wealth of an entire empire all loaded onto a single doomed vessel. But the Atocha will never see Spain again. As it passes through the Straits of Florida, it sails directly into the heart of a hurricane. Its masts are snapped like twigs, its rudder is ripped away by towering waves, and within minutes the galleon is powerless, tossed helplessly onto a shallow reef near the Florida Keys. Then, under the raging sea, the Atocha slips beneath the waves and disappears into darkness, taking with it over 260 souls and an unimaginable fortune. A treasure lost in the deep. When the storm finally passes, Spain is left with a catastrophe. The loss of the Atocha is a disaster for the Spanish crown, which depends on these treasure fleets to fund its empire. Desperate, the Spanish immediately dispatched salvage crews, using primitive diving bells, wooden barrels weighted with stones. Divers brave the shallow, shark-infested reefs in hopes of recovering the cargo. At first, they find the broken hulk lying intact on the reef. Divers manage to recover some items, but then, just weeks later, a second hurricane roars through. This time, the Atocha is shattered into pieces. Waves scatter its cargo across miles of ocean floor, and the once clear trail to its riches disappears into shifting sands and coral. For centuries, the Atocha is all but forgotten by the world, except in legend. Yet Spanish archives never lose track of what went down that fateful night. The cargo manifest remains preserved in dusty vaults. 24 tons of silver, 125 gold bars, thousands of silver coins, copper ingots, and priceless emeralds mined from the Muso region of Colombia. Stones, so clear they were called green fire by the Spanish. Historians estimate its value today would exceed $500 million. A motherlode, lying somewhere under the turquoise waters of the Florida Keys, waiting for someone bold enough to find it. Enter Mel Fisher. Fast forward to the 1960s. An American named Mel Fisher sits in his modest dive shop in California. Mel's no ordinary dreamer. He's a passionate diver, an innovator, and an optimist who tells everyone he meets, "Today's the day." Fisher trains thousands of people how to dive, but he dreams of something bigger, to find the greatest lost treasure in history. In 1969, Mel, his wife Dio, and their kids pack up everything and move to Florida. His dream, to find the Atocha. Many call him crazy. Experts say it's impossible. The ocean is vast, currents have moved the wreck for centuries, and treasure hunters before him have all failed. But Mel doesn't care. He believes that with determination, knowledge, and a little luck, the Atocha can be found. Mel and his team start where everyone else has, the Matacam Keys. They have little more than a rickety boat, some homemade metal detectors, and stacks of old maps. Every day, they scan mile after mile of ocean floor, diving into strong currents and battling sharks, jellyfish, and rough weather. Months pass, then years. The ocean yields nothing but empty sand. Many of his crew begin to doubt. Investors pull out, but Mel keeps going. Today's the day, he tells them every morning. A hidden clue in Seville. Just when hope seems lost, Mel brings in historian Eugene Lyon, a meticulous researcher fluent in Spanish colonial records. Eugene travels to Seville, Spain, where the archives of the Spanish Empire are stored. Deep in these yellowing documents, he discovers a single line that changes everything. A forgotten report that mentions survivors searching for the Atocha near the Marquesas Keys, over 100 miles from where Mel's team has been searching. Armed with this clue, Mel immediately moves operations to this new location. The water here is deeper, darker, and the bottom is covered in a thick layer of silt that swallows divers whole. Visibility is near zero. If Mel's team can't see, they can't find anything. So Mel does what he does best. He invents a solution. He bolts giant PVC pipes to his boat's propellers. When lowered into the water, these mailboxes, as he calls them, blast clear water downward, blowing away mud and sand and exposing anything buried beneath. It's simple, clever, and it works. The first big clue. In 1971, after years of empty dives, the silt parts to reveal an ancient iron anchor. It's not treasure, but it's proof they're close. Soon, more artifacts appear. Cannonballs, musket parts, swords, bronze tools. Each find is carefully logged and mapped. Mel's team notices a pattern. The artifacts form a trail across the ocean floor, pointing toward something bigger. But progress is painfully slow. Money dries up. Lawsuits begin piling up as the state of Florida claims ownership of any treasure found. Still, Mel refuses to stop. To fund the search, he sells coins and silver bars they recover. Each bar is carefully matched against the Attache's original manifest, and they match perfectly. They know they're on the right path. Disaster strikes, then tragedy hits. In 1975, one of Mel's boats capsizes during the night. 3 people drown, including Mel's eldest son, Dirk Fisher. It's a devastating blow. Most people would have given up, but Mel is unbreakable. He honors Dirk's memory by pushing on. For the next decade, Mel's battle is fought on 2 fronts, under the ocean and in the courts. After 8 years of legal fights, Mel wins. The Supreme Court rules that he, not Florida, owns whatever he finds. He now has legal title to the Attache treasure, if he can find it. The final breakthrough by the early 1980s, Mel has spent millions of dollars and over 15 years at sea. Many of his crew have lost faith, but Mel never stops saying it. Today's the day. In 1983, his Team S magnetometer, a device that detects metal, picks up a new signal southeast of their original searchline. They plot the finds on a map, and a new trail appears, branching away from the old one. Mel believes the second hurricane carried part of the ship's treasure along a different path. For 2 more years, they dig along this new line, finding coins, pottery, and cannons marked with the Attache's insignia. Then, on July 20th, 1985, exactly 10 years after Dirk's death, diver Greg Warren decides to stray 100 yards from the searchline. There, in a patch of seagrass, the sand parts to reveal a mountain of silver bars stacked like firewood. Nearby, wooden chests brimming with gold coins glint in the filtered sunlight. They've found it, the motherlode. After 16 years of searching, the Attache's heart is finally uncovered. Legacy of the Attache in total. Mel's team recovers more than 40 tons of silver and gold, thousands of coins, hundreds of emeralds, including the fabled 77-carat emerald cross that has become legendary among collectors. The find is worth well over $450 million, but for Mel Fisher, it's never been just about the money. It's about proving the impossible is possible. Today, Mel Fisher's story lives on through his family, who continued to search for treasures lost beneath the waves. The Attache's discovery remains one of the greatest undersea recoveries of all time, a testament to human determination, curiosity, and the power of never giving up. So the next time you look out over the ocean, remember, somewhere beneath those waves may still lie untold treasures, waiting for another dreamer to say, "Today's the day." Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.